That's a little weird. No developer splash screen at all. Or publisher. Well, it is what it is. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. My name is David Sinaida. We're playing Still Joking. It's a visual novel, and I got a code for it. We're gonna check it out. Hopefully, interesting. The synopsis seemed interesting, so let's hope it is. QTE time. Yes, extra please. Very striking. I love the art. Just to clarify, my name is Iris and I am a reflection. I mean, I used to be a reflection of a famous actress. Now her body's over there and me, I am hell knows what and hell knows why. Or in other words, I'm free and no longer bound to the mirror. I'm not bound to anything, in fact. Damn. But then I didn't have time to muse over much. Someone returned to the crime scene. Not the killer, no. His reflection did. Please forgive me. How are you? Didn't hurt a lot. You should probably wipe the one off. Here, take this. Want some water? Is there a medical kit here somewhere? Do you always kill someone first and then start fretting about it? I don't. I mean, I don't know. It's the first time my prototype does something like this. Maybe he has before, but I've never had to reflect it. Again, I'm so sorry. Do you want anything at all? No. Why did he kill Serena? Again, sorry, I've got no idea. I've always thought that they've got their own lives on the other side of the mirror, which we cannot affect in any way, so it's best to just distance yourself. But how can I ever distance myself when, you know... Never mind, forget it. How do you feel? Dead? maybe you'll feel better if you try killing me too? As in, kill you back? Will you go right back to life as soon as your prototype looks in the mirror again? Well, yes. I'm not saying I want to die. I mean, it might just help you. It could be like revenge. So, to put it bluntly, your offer basically says hurt me if that kind of thing helps you stress less? Well, that won't help me, and it's not you I want revenge on. Why was Serena killed? Does it have to do with her fame? Does your prototype work in the industry? Is he involved with artists in any way? Tell me about him. Honestly, I get to reflect him very rarely, and I hardly know anything about him. Neither his name nor his line of work. I've never seen this knife before, too, and I don't know anything about the inscription on it, sorry. Yet still, your prototype, how very rarely do you reflect him? Twice a week. Scheduled get-togethers, huh? Something like that. He usually goes to his barber shop on Maiden Lane on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Does he not own a mirror at home? In the bathroom? What for? Well, for trim. Sensational. Huh. It's Wednesday today. I never imagined that a hair and a beetroot trim is a prerequisite for murdering someone. Listen, you shouldn't stay here. You're no longer a reflection, and that puts you in danger. Uh-huh. All the dead reflections must arrive at the community's distribution center and all that. You die, and the next thing you know, you already owe them something. For the brave new world. Eh, fuck this. If you stay here, they'll send a squad after you. The squad can go right to hell. You know their protocol involves stun guns and stretcher. And they're right to the side for me, right? Of course, on stamped paper too. Want to go together? I know my way around there pretty well, and I know a few folks too. No, you murdered me, not took me out on a date. We're not going to walk around holding hands. I don't want to leave her. Should at least wait until they find the body. Okay then. Community is, quite a reasonable agency. And what I mean is, they'll help you out at the center. Can they tell me anything about your prototype? No, I mean, they'll help you build your life from now on. Your new life. Of your own. Seriously. So first I get to reflect her 24/7 to be happy when she's happy and sad when she's sad. Then they turn around and tell me it's finally time to be myself. Simply delightful. And what is myself, I dare wonder? Well, you two are not exactly the same, right? In that I am still alive? Yeah, you're right. You're right, she wouldn't have said this. Dark humor wasn't really her thing. You seem like you've lost a friend. If I can even call someone who didn't know I existed a friend. I'm sorry you feel this way. Should I maybe look around? I know this place like the back of my hand, so I'll hardly spot anything new, or... Still can't believe it's her over there, like that. It's like there's a doll slumped in the chair while Serena is out for a minute. That's the reason I'm not pulled to reflect her. No, I don't want to think about it. And I won't. Serena and this bag were inseparable. Apart from the wallet and makeup bag, perfume and tissues, it also holds a first aid kit, a couple of notepads, 3 printed script copies scribbled all over. 4 books on preparing for the role, and there are sneaky inner pockets that always keep you from finding what you need right away. You left the weapon at the crime scene. Must be an expression of something. Maybe self-expression, actually. I'm an evil maniac and I do ritual killings of women that are way out of my league. The hieroglyphs on the blade reveal nothing to me whatsoever. This guy, then. First he kills me like quite a pro, and then he just stands here being useless, like a pro. There's always a chance that he has a name and more than one layer to his personality. We must have met before, but I cannot remember a single thing about him. Argus. Cannot believe that the premiere was just 2 days ago. The critics loved it, and so did everyone else. Our best film ever, like for real. It's sure going to become a blockbuster now. It sure is. No. Dude, that's... Yeah. After death, prototypes end up in heaven, and we, the reflections, proceed to the distribution center. To be honest, I've never really bothered to learn more, because I'm planning on dying for a few more years, you know. And it's just me, my killer's reflection, and time ticking away fast as hell. I'll find the body soon. I'm sure I won't have time to ask all the questions I have, if any, at all. Seems like your prototype and Serena knew each other, but I don't remember seeing you before. Same here. Let's try figuring this out. You ever been here before? Not even once. In fact, I think it's the first time that I'm reflecting him in a theater ever. But I've definitely seen Argus posters before. Then again, they're all over the city. It premiered 2 days ago. About the posters, by the way, I remember one. It was a bit weird. I came across it by chance and never saw anything like it again. Serena was in it. Everything was white, with lots of threads. Called something like rabbit feathers, I think. Funny thing, actually, Rabbit Feathers is a non-existent film starring a non-existent actress with an unpronounceable stage name. Simply speaking, it's part of the whitening thriller, and you could have only seen these posters around film sets. Seriously. Does it mean the Retro Cafe on Delia Street is a prop? It was very dusty there, all filled with water pipe smoke, and I left as soon as I no longer had to reflect it. My sincere congrats. Not too much film production drama for you then. It seems like your prototype is somehow involved with the industry after all. Turns out we could have met earlier. Would you prefer killing someone you already knew, eh? My bad, sorry. I'm sorry too. I know you're not loving to see that. Who are you anyway? My name is Roy. My usual routine is traveling to dangerous places, submitting myself to experiments, or sacrificing myself. What do you mean by sacrificing yourself? It's a work thing. As you know, I come back to life every time my prototype looks in the mirror. Tuesdays and Saturdays, that is, I get it. So long as he's alive, you can die several times a week. Yeah, but it's not that bad most of the time. Delightful. And you are Serena? I am Iris. It was Serena's dream to play a novelist called Iris one day. Does that mean you used to care that much about what her dreams were? Or maybe I just like the name. Someone's coming. Ouch. My dear lord, Serena! Serena! She's reflecting now. Damn, I didn't even... Sorry to grab you like this, didn't mean to scare you. She asked to repeat after her prototype when she was on her way to crash into you. Dangerous stuff. I don't mean to get political, but it is Saturday. Oh, it is! I forgot to warn people that that I'm here. I forgot it's Saturday. My bad. Thank you, Melty. How are you? Yes, as a prototype looked into the mirror on our side, everything here had to become exactly the same. Well, almost. The chair would have been visualized right through me. Not just a chair, huh? Well done. You killed me once, and you saved me once too. Talk about evening the score. Doesn't sound that even to me. But seriously, thank you. You did the right thing, and I just froze like a fool. Who is she, by the way? Suze, my makeup artist. Well, Serena's makeup artist. She came to get me ready for the stage and instead stumbled upon a new reflection that couldn't care less about makeup. Practically speaking, a dead body is just an object, and so is its reflection. You, meanwhile, are alive. She used to be alive, same as me. That's weird. Melty, you ready for the special stream? Everything set up? Do we have an inventory? My sweet little girl. How is this even possible? We were going off to O'Donnell's later, weren't we? Haven't done much prep to make sure things still work. Uh-oh. O'Donnell's? It's a pub, yeah. Dear me, in front of the mirror of all places. How awful. Was it quick at least? You know what? Don't answer that. I'm sorry, I just can't get my head around it. Suze. I know, I talk too much, don't I? Oh, darling. Well, at least you'll remain beautiful for the rest of your life. Nothing like the whole egg I'll have turned into by the time I die in 30 years or so. Oh, you're very convinced. And when I do die, everyone's going to assume you're not my friend, but my granddaughter. Suze. It's handy there's no mobile reception here. She's run off to call the police. We've got very little time since I'm about to start reflecting again. Time is indeed an issue, man. Was that a man? Who are you, anyways? His name is Roy, and he killed me. Suze, I want to know what happened today. What do you mean happened? So he's the one who killed you? This scumbag? Yeah, that's me. Cuties from hit TV show The Flash? Don't think so. Looks a little different. Yes, but why? Suze, please do me a favor. Memorize everything that'll happen here. I'll try getting in touch with you very soon. Oh, Iris, why are you always like this? You're always up to something. So, am I supposed to say Iris? Not Iris? Cyan! Cyan, you ignored me yesterday. Again. Did you notice what I did for Trophy 20,000 or not? Stop saying it like you're Japanese. Well, in Portuguese, it's also like that. Yiddish. But I said something? No, I didn't. Yeah, you didn't say something. The Trophy 20,000 is was Dark Souls 2. Scholar of the First Sin. I booted it up. And I went and then got fucked up. Yes. That was the funniest trophy I could think of. I'm sorry. I'm basic. It was just means you have to plant now. Yep. Yeah, now I have like a 1% list. Another 1% list. You add to Lollipop Chainsaw, Nier Automata, and Dark Souls 2. Suicide Squad and Vamp Survivor are gonna eat 1-2 hours between them? Holy shit. Suicide Squad still online? Oh, they're keeping it online, aren't they? You're always up to something. Take now. You're sitting here all bloody, your hair a mess, hugging away with this killer, and instead of just asking him, you're asking me for favors. I mean, of course, I'll take note of everything, but honestly, girl, we'll go to O'Donnell's and I'll treat you to the largest Irish coffee on the menu, I promise. I hope I won't have to wait for too long. My, what do we do now? Boy, you cannot stay here. People will rush in any minute, and it's going to be a complete... It'll get even worse than it is now. And you! Why don't you make yourself useful? Get her out of here. What's the point of looking at the body now? Got any manners at all, huh? Anyways, this chat best be over. Time is running out and you got a lot to do, and so do I. But before you go, come over here for a sec. I'll just touch up the contour. Here you go, much better. Okay then, come here and I'll give your good old friend a final hug, and off you go. New life ahead. Take care, my sweet darling. I'll do my best. Don't forget about the large Irish coffee, Sus. How could I? Good luck. Should I maybe come with you after all? I'll be fine. Alright, in that case, I hope to make a better impression the next time we meet. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, if your prototype ever breaks his neck, do let me know, somehow. Maybe send a dove of champagne or something. Absolutely will do. Welcome! Please keep moving and don't hold up. Lecture halls 15, 16, and 17. What does that say? Grants? You're dead. Yeah. Suicide Squad surviving. Yeah. I really think it should be mandatory for every game to be playable offline after the cycle goes away. absolutely mandatory. Go on, don't stand around. Proceed that way. Lecture halls 15, 16, and 17. Last minute change of heart, anyone? Huh? What's bad? He seems to have no clue about what's going on. Please proceed, nothing to see here. Hey you, with the gun. Is there maybe like a guide or a manual on immediate help for cases like this? It would have been mighty helpful. Go on, this way please. Proceed this way, don't linger around. That way, everyone. Lecture halls 15, 16, and 17. Hey, who are you? What happened to you? They didn't even think to ask the bloodied man with the gun what happened. Glorious. With the crew debacle, I think there's no incentive to keep these servers up. Yeah, I don't think you need servers. Just let the game be playable offline, or we host it, like peer-to-peer, if it's a multiplayer. But seriously, the game could just not be playable offline, online, but still be playable. Look at yeah, it isn't. But look at something like Genshin Impact or Avengers or Suicide Squad. Why can't you just play that offline? Even something like Fortnite, if it one day dies, at least let me play with bots, right? It will never die. But what? I've seen you somewhere before. Nope, you haven't. Q standard excuse. Must be confusing me with someone else. Which lecture halls again? 15, 16, and 17. Hold on, I definitely know you. Aren't you that, Thanks, I'll get going. Oof, I can't breathe though. Reflect and forget. Reflect and forget. So there are 3 seats in the front row only, but then again I don't really feel like going back to the hallway. Let me start with the warmest greetings on behalf of the community. You will no longer be pulled towards mirrors, your prototypes are dead, and you're finally free to do as you please. Hey! Not all the reflections get lucky with their prototypes, sure, but the mere idea of congratulating us on their death? Some fundamental basics. Now you all need to eat and sleep regularly, and shower too. Your prototype could bring you back to life with a single glance in a mirror, but that's no longer the case, so I wouldn't risk it. Should anything bad happen to you, the consequences are irreversible. This is crucial, so I'll say it again. You take care of yourselves. Thank yourselves later. Now, a few organizational aspects. We are at the community's distribution center. This is where all the newbies end up, no exceptions. Once this intro lecture is over, please head over to the staff. They'll provide you with forms to fill in, and that'll help assign you all your curators. In the next 2 months, you'll all be gradually settling into this new world. Then you'll get a job and move on to live on your own. For now, you are in the community's care. It's about time to hand it over branded caps and badges with "Welcome to the Community" printed all over. Get us a sign for these, and then demand them back in mint condition in 2 months. Just a reminder for those who may have forgotten the basics. Away from the mirrors, everything is flexible. The community was created by the reflections who managed to harness these processes. Soon enough, you too will learn to link different spaces, create items, and alter reality. If you have any questions, fire away. If you don't, address any of the staff in the hallway for further instructions. Thank you for your attention. What is this mini lecture? Micro lecture even. Each sentence invites at least one big question and then a bunch of follow-ups. This sucks. Seems like a good time for a promo. Something like buy your hard liquor from the community and get another session with a cute therapist as a gift. Apparently though, I'll just be riding off into the sunset looking for trouble. Or should I skip the trouble and just ask one of the staff to find me a curator and speed everything up somewhat? How about you stay instead? Figure out how the community's cold and heartless bureaucracy operates and maybe even learn something useful here? Sounds boring, but could be worth it. Why was there a second one? Oh no! Choices! I don't know. Wait, let me blow my nose. Can I find a guide for this? Holy shit! 55 bronze trophies. But that's all. No silver, no golds, no platinum. Yeah, I don't think there's a guide. Steam has a bunch of stuff, but the art in this game is really good. I'm not making it to the view of this looks. Step by step. Guide. Not a step-by-step guide, but rather a roadmap with pointers and themes. This seems very complicated. Let's just play whatever. I'm not getting anywhere otherwise. Let's stay for the lecture. Alright then, let's see what my fellow miserables are keen to learn. If anything. Is everyone waiting for someone else to go for it? I mean, I sure could. What if... Ow! Oh nice, someone's good to go. What if I don't give a single damn about you all? Oh, your curator's changes distribution centers gonna tie me to a chair, are you? To my bed? The radiator? The windowsill? The chandelier? Like, wash me, brainwash me or something? Or jab me with some shit to silence me? Damn, my head. Ugh. You can leave the lecture hall right now, and no one will do anything about it. In that case, however, you'll have to get food, shelter, and a job, all by yourself. Food? Ugh. Nah, no food. Is she hungover? Someone party too hard? So then, what should I... pick my fingers or something? Or drag something here, like, or... alternative? Some newbies find jobs and settle in before their prototypes are even dead. If you're one of them, you breeze through the whole thing. If not, your curator will help you deal with your hangover. You seem to agree on something here. I'm not hungover in the slightest. It's just that my head, not hungover. Yeah, anyways. I wonder who I relate to here. No one's asked the girl what she wanted, and the lecturer is now investigating a possible hangover. Everyone's loving it. Or is anyone even listening? Doesn't seem like it, to be honest. Guess I could shake up the crowd and make them care by, say, asking a few tricky questions. 2 at least. See how it works out in the long run. Right now I can pick on the lecturer a bit, stir him enough to get emotional and maybe say something worthwhile. Alternatively, I can sweet-talk him with the same intent, or not bother at all. Let's ask a comfortable question. Tell us, please, why do you provide us with all these curators, group support, and all that? We aim to be mindful of all the community members. All of you are going through something of a rough patch right now, and we can make things easier for you. Yes? What kind of a rough patch? The question seems to have come from this guy playing some game with another next to him. Suddenly realizing there's a rough patch ahead. When the leash snaps, it's normal to experience stress, just as much as joy. You used to have your certainty. Wasn't always a pleasant one, but at least it was familiar. There was your prototype, and there were mirrors, and you couldn't break away. And now you're on your own, and you don't know how the world around you works. Crucially, you don't know what you want from it. Acknowledgement will take time and effort. We understand you all very well. Awesome. Oh, sounds good. Yeah, not bad at all, I say. Thank you for a great question. I'm glad that my lecture has piqued the interest of the very Serena LC's reflection. Round of applause, please, everyone. Not anymore, I guess. She's dead. So now no one's reflection. He couldn't just leave me out of it in the end, could he? But sure did pique my interest, and I've actually got another question. Look how determined she is, eh? And straightforward, too. Not even sure if it's appropriate. Not surprising at all, given her story. If I worked this much, I'd avoid meaningless banter, too. We're not avoiding it, though. Shut up, you. Of course, Miss Elsie, what is your question? Miss Elsie, I'm Iris, and I don't have a last name. Even though my life is nobody's business here, really. What is the community? Can you please specify what you want to know? How did the community appear? How has it evolved? What has it achieved? And what are its goals? This is quite a broad discussion you're suggesting here. Originally, our world was split into multiple minor spaces separated from one another by the void. It made communicating very hard. And then car mirrors were invented and became the most commonplace thing. The reflections used to live in small groups, and now they had an opportunity to communicate and exchange their experiences. This is when the community appeared. I mean, not appeared per se, but was founded by the greats of the past. Eric Hansen, Ruth Jarvinen, Glenn Stonewall, Ragnar Farstad, and others. Thanks to them, the reflections learned to alter the space around them, which had the most critical impact on our history. Let's not go into too much detail here. The community's first goal was to expand by incorporating new territories. One of them is where Crystal City would be founded later, our capital of today. Yes? Is it made of crystal for real? More like it looks like it is. However, it is unique not only because of its appearance. As you all know, nothing is permanent in the prototype's world. They have to keep fixing and maintaining everything, from items and buildings to the actual streets. Unfortunately, it's the same here too, except for Crystal City. There, nothing ever shatters, disappears, or cracks. Never, ever. Whoa, just like in those elven cities in that video game. Yes, it's like that. Sensing a catch here, nothing disappears in the prototype's world, as they'd have sure made a movie about it by now, a documentary even. Now it turns out that things do disappear here, at least outside that Crystal City place. Either it is badly worded, or someone is hiding something. I could try finding out more, but I bet the lecturer won't be overjoyed. Alternatively, I could ask more about the community's goals and listen to yet more inspiring stories that certain Elven City lovers find so exciting. In fact, I could also just go and nip that unsolicited attention in the bud. What are the community's goals? Ah yes, sorry, went right over my head. The community aims to make the lives of Reflections as comfortable and fulfilling as possible. We believe that each reflection is unique and has an enormous potential. There are many great scientists of the future among us, as well as artists, travelers, and talented organizers. The prospects are unlimited. We do not age, and we already know how to link scattered spaces, create items, and harness reality. That means there are endless discoveries ahead. Is this the moment when all the exhilarated ladies should be throwing their bras up in the air? I think I'll refrain now, if I may. Shame? You probably should, yes. I mean, that was so inappropriate, right? That was a joke. Could be industry specific, I suppose. As in, for the actors, you mean? I wouldn't say their jokes revolve around bras that much. No, I mean, she used to be a lifeguard in her early days. You know how the medics are often cynical? Well, maybe lifeguards aren't too, you know. Bullseye, us lifeguards, we often joke about bicycles, cat food, and elephants. Because we can. Any more questions? Are we going to alter reality too? Of course. Rad. How? What for? And most importantly, what will they want from us in return? Whatever. At least someone is excited about it all now. Are there any official ranks in the community? Like, can you become, say, a general or a commander-in-chief? Not exactly. The community is comprised of two factions, the Seekers and the Effectors. Each has its own hierarchy, but neither is very well formalized. Can you tell us more about these factions? We'll happily oblige. The Seekers are scientists that are easily fascinated and caring, and they are into history and science. Actually, they are into everything around them. They accumulate knowledge, build hypotheses, study unusual phenomena, and encourage curiosity. The Effectors are practitioners. They love experimenting and bringing into effect all the ideas that the scientists come up with. If you're bored, try them. They'll definitely keep you entertained. By the way, you can ask for a curator from a specific faction. Our staff will mark down your preference. I want to sing. Where do I go? The practitioners. Now if you want to write music, then opt for the scientists. If you want to do both, you'll just cooperate with both factions. It's a valid way. You saying that I'll get a vocals curator and then end up working with a composer right away? Wow. It's a bit more complicated than this, but Don't you worry, your preferences will certainly be taken into account. Just make sure you don't forget to voice them. Just how much more complicated? Guess the lecturer doesn't feel like responding to this. What if the person doesn't know what they want to do next? Oh, you'd be surprised just how often this happens. Curators are trained and instructed accordingly to help newbies work out their goals, talents, and aspirations. But I do know what I want. Well, that just makes things easier for your curator. Phew, thank you. That's some consolation. Very glad. Nevertheless, it often happens that someone discovers their talent in a field they have never even considered before, and becomes a recognized specialist in the future. As we always say, the past does not matter. However your prototype used to be, whatever life they led, it doesn't matter. All the doors are wide open for you here. This is the door to hypocrisy, of course. Any more questions? Thank you. It was very insightful. Yes, thank you very much. I have to say I should be thanking you. You have been deeply involved and very tactful, and I enjoyed your company. Glorious. Okay, it's time to see those staff, I suppose. Hey Echo, how's it going? Just give me a cell, see if I want an applause for great questions. Not my name. Celsi, I would love for you to come by now and then and share with the newbies what you're up to. Why would they want to know what I'm up to? Sorry, may I interrupt? I'd love to ask Serena for an autograph. Of course, I'm sure Miss Elsie wouldn't mind. Me too then. And me. The last signing session was for Argus. And then... What's going? Surprise Saturday stream? I forgot it was Saturday. I've got a quick question. May I? Of course, I'll be happy to help. Does everyone see the banner on the wall? Yeah. Yes. Yep, and it does say reflect and forget, right? Oh yeah, sure, for real. It says just that. So how the hell does it matter whose reflection I am? My point exact. Oh my, so Serena Elsie is off the grid now, dear me. Stay chill, Iris, stay calm. Can I just have the forms, please? It was drugs, wasn't it? What do you think? I got a big, bloody wound on my chest. Do you think it was drugs? All those stars go off the hook sooner or later. You can wear that mask of cool all you want, but at some point justice gets served. Oh yes. Ever seen a forensic pathologist open a corpse's chest? What? Why are you... Want me to show you? Serena rehearsed it a lot for her role, so I can repeat the entire thing even with my eyes shut. The incision will be impeccable, even though you probably won't be able to see it. Cynthia, sign her up for my group. Have you even heard what she just... I have, just sign her. Got the form. We'll fill it in together. Alright, as you please, take her away. So I'm going to stop behaving irrationally now and follow you because I'm the only one of all the curators who knows how you feel. My prototype was a model. The runways, the makeup, even more runways, then photo shoots, and yes, even more runways. Enormous stress and an even greater willpower. I never wanted to be anyone else. When she died, I felt like my oxygen was cut off. My name is Dora, by the way. I am Iris, and I sometimes bully everyone around me. Does it bother you? In my first week after her death, I smashed an antique vase on the head of one friendly young man who just wouldn't leave me alone. This will pass. Ah, nice to meet you, Dora. Iris, I will be your curator for the next 2 months. Today you will be joining a group of other newbies on an expedition away from here. A group? I work with Reflections that used to spend a lot of time in front of the mirror. There are currently 4 of you, including yourself. We'll get back to the expedition in a bit. For now, let's fill in your form. Hold on. If we are going somewhere, I'd like to be able to go back sometimes. Your friends? Sure thing. I'll teach you how to create doors, and you can go anywhere you want through those. Oh, okay. Let's do the form then. Name and sex, got it. Age, 26. Marital status. Why? Would 3 husbands and 5 children make a difference? In this case? No, but you would have been different to start with. By the way, if you decide to marry, don't forget to notify the community. What for? It has to do with marital status and property rights. The wedding and such like are up to you. Okay, now Prototype's occupation, actress, cause of Prototype's death. She was murdered. Her cause of death is murder. Why does another one show up sometimes? Not dead. Should be easy to say it out loud, shouldn't it? Iris too. Do other people not see her? Iris? In the very best of Shakespearean tradition, she was cold-heartedly stabbed by a ghost in her own dressing room, right in front of a mirror. My sincere condolences, but it's good that your sense of humor is still here. Many reflections come apart in similar situations. I have to warn you, though, you're likely to lapse into nightmares at some point. You mean dreams about death? Not just those. Random memories related to the prototype may resurface. It gets better with time, however. You are currently under the so-called mirror death curse, which in other words is simply your adjustment period. Delightful. Try not to be too hung up on emotional struggle. Alright, Iris, what about bad habits? Smoking, drinking, drugs? I had to smoke while filming, used herbal roll-ups, but never fell into the habit. I'd say I'm neutral to positive regarding alcohol. I don't do drugs. I see. Overall health? Splendid. Exceptional even. No panting, no prototype, and even the stab wound is closed by now. Prototype's fatal wounds are not passed on to their reflections. If there are no problems, we're moving on to the next question. Do you have any particular talent or skills? My improv skills are not bad. My memory is good, and I am in great shape, and I have a superb personality. My patience is a letdown, though. Are there any questions left? No, that's it, we're done. How about I tell you more about the expedition then, and you can ask any questions you might have afterwards. We are a small group of scientists and practitioners engaged in discovering and stabilizing new territories in the void. In order for the reflections to have spaces to inhabit and procure resources from, you'll see. Can you say it again, but in simpler terms? In a nutshell, we board buses, explore the void, and occasionally transport things for the community. You'll have the opportunity to get new impressions, figure out what you might want to do in the future, and catch a break from the rubbernecks. Thank you. And yeah, that final point is particularly inspiring. Or can you tell me about the void? The first thing you need to know about the void is that it is dangerous. Anything that comes in contact with it gets destroyed swiftly. Sure, there are ways of slowing the destruction down, but more on that later. The second thing to remember is that the void is heterogeneous. Sometimes stabilized areas emerge here and there, and they are technically not the void as such. Can you give me an example? If you've ever seen mist, say in the movies, then you should be able to visualize a mountain with its bottom fully covered and top fully visible because of clean air. You'd be safe there at the top, not putting yourself at risk. In reality, there are most often roads rather than mountains. They appear out of nowhere and deteriorate for no apparent reason unless certain measures are taken. We use these roads to look for new territories. You'll see for yourself soon. Now the third point to note, the void is poorly studied. Therefore complying with safety regulations is a must. Goes great with the first point, beware of danger, don't touch. Now go right in. Not go right in, but rather let's have a careful look. How exactly do expeditions work? There are two groups of people in each expedition, the scientists and the practitioners. Each group has a leader in charge, someone to organize their subordinates' work and to assume responsibility for them. Leaders make decisions together when it comes to matters that affect the entire expedition. What if their opinions are divided? Depends, really. In cases of emergency, the practitioner's leader makes the final call. If the matter in question is more about planning, then the scientist's leader is in charge. What about you? Does your opinion count? The medics and I, we offer advisory votes, which means they don't count. What is the community's role in all this? They allocate resources and approve expedition plans. A plan outlines the route, the necessary stopovers, and the target metrics. That's kind of dismal. Fortunately, our contribution is not required in this regard. It is, as a matter of fact, each expedition is always organized somewhat differently, but in our case there's no need to worry about red tape. I won't have to write reports every day then. No, even I don't have to. Glorious. Do you mind talking about your prototype and their death? Not at all. Ask away. What exactly do you want to know? Was she also killed in front of the mirror? No, she worked herself to death. But yes, she died in front of the mirror. Dozens of mirrors on the runway, in fact. What did you do next? At first I had no clue what was going on. I was assigned to the scientists, and I just lurked around until one day I heard they were recruiting for an expedition. It is much easier to understand yourself when you're out there dealing with real problems, as opposed to sitting on the lab playing with glass tubes. It is just to really try to open up to new experiences. It will take you a certain amount of time to process what has happened to you. I hope none of the new experiences involve being stabbed. Tell me about Crystal City, please. To know anything in particular? I guess I'd like a few fundamentals. Edis, do you know what stabilization stands for? No. I would assume it refers to maintaining the current state of something. More or less so. Everything out of reach of the mirrors gets gradually destroyed. Your bag with its entire contents will start going bleak and cracking here and there in a week or two, unless you do something about it. Delightful. Stabilization is a deliberate action intended to prevent that destruction. We can fix items up. It's not hard at all. I'll teach you. Now Crystal City is where nothing ever requires any fixing up. You mean if I take my bag to Crystal City, I won't have to worry about it and do anything with it? Indeed, but we're only getting there towards the end of our expedition, so you'll have to learn the ropes anyway. Can't we open a Crystal City flagship office on our bus? You're taking a shot at one of our world's greatest mysteries, and no one knows why the capital is like this. I think that's it for me, thanks. Fine then. Oh, and by the way, if you have no reflecting objects with you, there are pieces of polished metal fixed in places of mirrors on the bus. Or remind me later to find something for you that's a bit more compact. Not a bad idea. I'll never see anyone in the mirror again, but it won't hurt to have a way to fix my hair once in a while. Or should I say, no one will ever see me in the mirror again. Nora, what's taking you so long? We're leaving in like half an hour. I've got someone new on the board. She'll be joining us. I am Iris. Ain't that neat? Perfect timing, Iris. Back up. We got no time to spare. Chloe is coming with us. She's one of the practitioners. You won't have to interact much. However, she's right. It's time to pack. The way you say Iris sounds like Aries. Yeah, apologies. Offer help with an ulterior motive is a slimy answer and you should do it. I'm honestly just like, I don't know, man. Bit lost. What do you say? I help you make it all on time now and then you help me? No thanks, I'm good. Or to be honest, I'm rather pressed for time, but I don't want to owe you a don't know what. What if it's a know what? I need to get in touch with someone from the living. So that's basically helping you with a door when I've got time. Well, you got yourself a deal. Fantabulous. Where do I dash next? Here, take this. Number 1. Please take the letter and the completed form to Tien, our leader. Oh, Tien, I am familiar. I'm sure she's still in her office. She? Number 2. Deliver the papers they'll hand you at the warehouse to the staff that process all the paperwork. They'll issue a letter of confirmation, which I need. And number 3. Help Maximilian find spare boxes of paint. I'm guessing he could use a hand. That way you'll also get to meet one of your expedition companions. Where are we now exactly? Alright, sure, we are here. Go to the warehouse first and get changed. Show the keeper your request form. You'll find him right here. So I'll be running someone else's errands all over the place. Dull. Try doing it all if possible, and I'll see you by the bus. I've marked a spot for you. Alright, starting with the warehouse. Here's a thought. Can I get a pirate costume and a blunderbuss there? I'd love a blunderbuss. So would I. Good evening. I'm about to ride off into the sunset with Dora. Here's the list. Basic Kit 3 and Expedition overalls. Female. Size. It's an M. It's not an M. Easy peasy, I'll get your stuff. Sign here, will you? Here you go. Should try it on. Listen, you're her, aren't you? That's Selena, girl. If the clothes fit, I'll be able to bash his head and flee. In fact, even if they don't fit. So then, man was watching telly right before his shift. There was a piece of news on her. A news piece? They may have said something important. What piece exactly? Something about her being sacrificed by some such, by a cult or something? A cult? Huh? Scientists or something, or whoever they were. The press was saying she owed him money, or maybe there was some orgy gone wrong, or even a ritual killing, you know? Fancy that, how stupid you be for real. Not fancy that, how stupid should you be for real? It's true then? Don't be mad, beautiful, you ain't her after all. I'd be happy if mine kicked the bucket, I'm telling you. I'd be free, eh? Let's hope that the cult finds your guy and hands him then. Can I have my papers, please? No one gives a damn about him. Here you go. My regards to Dora. Uh-huh. All the best. First the killer leaves a stylish blade on the crime scene, and then he's suddenly appointed by some cult. Glorious. All self-respecting cult members wear black robes, apply eyeliner, and study Latin proverbs for breakfast. Wonder if Roy would look dandy in all that. Suze would vent at him alright for such a shallow dramatic interpretation. Where am I headed, by the way? Should it be Tien, the scientist leader, or the staff, or to my future expedition companion's rescue? I can probably cover the entire lot as long as I have time. And I mean, I could just head straight to the bus lot and not help Dora. Still an option, right? It is, but a little scummy. Alright, it seems like this is a really long visual novel. At least according to the trophies. So maybe that's it for us. For taking a look at things. Let me see Tien. Doesn't have 3 eyes. Well then. Uh, so let's change to something else. I feel like I want to see more of this, but I would like a guide. And not having a guide, I'm a little lost. Playing games without a guide, huh? Who does that? The way the developers intended. So tell you what. Let's go for something else right now. And then I'll reassess this. This game is very quiet, by the way. That's all. It's been all me, only talking, and my voice still isn't at its best, so I will appreciate not talking as much. I'm taking it all down and coming back with a new game. I'll be right back.